O positive, the original genetic code. Long before borders were drawn, before the first fields were cultivated, before humanity built anything lasting, we endured. And the blood circulating through those earliest human bodies was predominantly one type, O positive. This is not merely the most common blood type today, present in nearly 40% of the world's population. It represents humanity's genetic foundation, the biological template passed down from our earliest hunter-gatherer ancestors. Its power does not come from rarity, it comes from ubiquity and extraordinary practicality. Step into any emergency department and O positive becomes indispensable. It can be safely transfused into anyone with a positive Rh factor. A positive, B positive, AB positive, and naturally, other O positives. That includes the overwhelming majority of people worldwide. Blood banks don't simply prefer O positive, they rely on it. Their entire system functions because of a continuous supply of this dependable universal workhorse. Yet evolution never grants benefits without balance. Every advantage carries a cost. On the positive side, individuals with type O appear to possess inherent neurological protection. Studies consistently indicate they have a markedly lower risk of cognitive decline, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease as they grow older. Your blood may, in fact, be helping safeguard your brain against deterioration. But there is a downside. Type O creates a biological opening for one of humanity's most persistent bacterial threats, Helicobacter pylori. In people with type O blood, this stomach-dwelling bacterium, the primary cause of painful ulcers, attaches to the stomach lining more easily than it does in other blood groups. It is a vulnerability embedded at the cellular level. There's more. Type O blood behaves differently in circulation. It contains reduced levels of specific clotting factors, significantly lowering the risk of dangerous blood clots and heart attacks. Excellent for long-term cardiovascular health. But in cases of severe trauma, that same freely flowing blood can result in a life-threatening hemorrhage that is difficult to control. A positive, the settler's blood. If O positive was the blood of the survivor, then A positive is the blood of the architect and builder. It ranks as the second most common blood type globally, found in approximately 30% of the population. It did not arise across vast open plains. It took shape within the first stable human settlements. This is the blood forged during the agricultural revolution. When humanity stopped hunting and gathering and began cultivating the land, our nutrition transformed, new diseases emerged, and our blood adapted as well. The A antigen is believed to have evolved as an immune enhancement, a defense mechanism better equipped for the dense, infection-heavy environments of early societies. In modern medicine, a positive is dependable and abundant, making it a cornerstone of blood bank reserves. Individuals with A positive blood can receive transfusions from both A positive and O positive donors, providing valuable flexibility in critical situations. Yet the very A antigen that once helped combat ancient pathogens carries a downside. Its adhesive nature makes blood cells more prone to aggregation, increasing the likelihood of clots, strokes, and cardiovascular disease compared to type O. There's also the stress dimension. Those with type A are biologically predisposed to heightened emotional reactivity. They tend to produce higher levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. In ancient environments, such vigilance was advantageous. In modern life, it can be draining. Deadlines, congestion, constant digital alerts. For individuals with type A, these demands do not merely feel stressful, they are processed more intensely at a physiological level. It is a biological residue from a world long gone. This is the blood of the cultivator and the urban resident, adaptable and durable, yet permanently marked by the imprint of civilization and the strain that accompanies it. B positive, the nomad's legacy. While O and A dominate across the globe, B positive carries a different narrative, one defined by migration and survival in motion. Present in only about 10% of the population, this is neither the blood of the earliest human nor that of the first cultivator. It is the blood of the wanderer. Its greatest prevalence is found in Central Asia and the Middle East landscapes historically shaped by nomadic societies. It serves as a genetic travel document marked by ancient migrations, passed down through generations who endured unforgiving and ever-shifting environments. continuous mobility forged a distinct immune profile. Rather than the broad-spectrum defenses seen in type O, type B evolved more specialized mechanisms. The B antigen is associated with notable resistance to certain aggressive bacterial infections that afflicted ancient communities. Yet specialization comes at a cost. A highly calibrated immune response can become overly reactive, increasing susceptibility among B-type individuals to chronic inflammation and autoimmune conditions. At times, the immune system exerts excessive force. The legacy of nomadic life remains embedded in metabolism. Research indicates that type B metabolizes fats and carbohydrates in a distinct manner, reflecting ancestral diets rich in meat and fermented dairy, characteristic of pastoral cultures. That evolutionary engine does not always adapt efficiently to modern processed foods saturated with refined sugars. In clinical settings, B positive offers moderate transfusion compatibility. However, its relative rarity means blood banks frequently face challenges maintaining sufficient supply. This is the blood of those who lived in motion, a physiology designed for landscapes and horizons that were constantly in flux. AB positive, the modern blend. What emerges when the blood of the builder merges with the blood of the wanderer? The result is the rarest positive blood type on the planet, a biological anomaly that in theory should hardly exist. AB positive stands as the newest, most intricate, and least prevalent among the positive blood groups. It is not an ancient lineage. Instead, it arose from relatively recent intermingling between populations carrying type A and type B blood. Its hallmark feature is a remarkable medical advantage. Because the red blood cells of AB positive individuals display both A and B antigens, their immune system recognizes all other blood types as compatible. This grants AB positive the status of universal recipient. In a life-threatening emergency, they can receive red cells from any donor, A, B, AB, or O, whether positive or negative. Compatibility is not a barrier. They can accept them all. Yet this sophistication carries concealed drawbacks. An immune system so accommodating may become overly permissive. Individuals with AB blood show increased susceptibility to certain bacterial infections, including E. coli and salmonella. The defenses are, in a sense, too open. More concerning still, numerous large-scale studies indicate that people with AB blood face a markedly elevated risk of cognitive decline and memory impairment later in life compared with all other blood groups. It represents a striking paradox, the most accepting blood type in existence, yet one that may quietly bear a substantial cost for its evolutionary complexity. O negative, the life-saving force. This is the quiet hero. O negative is uncommon, present in fewer than 7% of people, yet its strength lies not in numbers, but in biological neutrality. Its red blood cells carry no markers. No A antigen, no B antigen, no Rh factor. They are effectively invisible. That absence is what defines O negative as the universal donor. In the chaos of an emergency room, when a patient is hemorrhaging and there is no time for blood typing, O negative becomes the only reliable option. It can be transfused into anyone, Rh positive or negative, without provoking a fatal immune response. Every unit of O negative stored in a blood bank is regarded like liquid platinum. It is the first supply paramedics reach for and the first surgeons request. In the most critical moments, it can literally determine survival. But for the individual who carries it, this gift has two edges. They can donate to nearly everyone, yet they themselves can receive blood only from their own small circle, other O negative donors. That safety margin is extremely narrow. And similar to O positive, they show increased vulnerability to severe intestinal infections, such as cholera and norovirus. The most significant danger, however, concerns reproduction. If a mother with O negative blood carries an Rh positive child, her immune system may identify the baby's blood as foreign. She can produce antibodies that attack and destroy her own child's red blood cells. It is the blood of the ultimate rescuer, a universal offering to humanity, yet a deeply personal risk to the one who possesses it. A negative, the delicate architect. This is blood defined by rarity. A negative ranks among the scarcest types, present in under 2% of the global population. It bears the A antigen, the signature of the early cultivator, yet entirely lacks the Rh factor. Together, these traits form a precarious medical balancing act. Because it is so uncommon, a negative blood is strictly allocated and carefully protected. However, the greatest burden rests with the individual who carries it. Should they require a transfusion, their choices are severely limited. They can receive blood only from other A negatives or from the universal O negative group, nothing more. Their margin of safety is extremely small. Like O positive, they inherit the immune advantages shaped in early farming communities, defenses adapted to combat infections in densely populated settlements. Yet this resilience is overshadowed by the same reproductive hazard associated with O negative. An untreated Rh positive pregnancy can trigger an immune attack from an A negative mother against her own child's red blood cells. Before the advances of modern medicine, this genetic circumstance frequently resulted in loss. To possess a negative blood is to hold the builder's strength, but accompanied by a persistent and concealed vulnerability. B negative, the fading nomad. It stands among the rarest blood types worldwide, present in only about 1% of people. It represents the legacy of the ancient traveler paired with the exceptional rarity of lacking the Rh factor. For those who carry it, this results in one of the most fragile medical circumstances possible. Within a hospital setting, their pool of compatible donors is nearly non-existent. They're able to receive red blood cells only from other B negatives or from O negative donors. In a critical emergency, securing a compatible unit becomes a tense race against time. Each B negative donation is carefully labeled, monitored, and regarded as a top priority, life-saving supply. Similar to other B groups, its genetic imprint traces back to historic migration patterns. Yet that ancestral significance is overshadowed by simple numerical scarcity. Possessing B negative blood means belonging to an almost statistically invisible population bearing a biological heritage tied to a nomadic past while remaining especially exposed within the demands of the modern medical world. AB negative, the phantom type. This is more than a blood classification. It is a statistical anomaly. AB negative stands as the rarest among all 8 blood groups, present in under 0.5% of the world's population. A person is more than 80 times likelier to be O positive than AB negative. It represents the newest blood type, the outermost boundary of human biological variation. For those who carry it, their red blood cells function like a fortress. They're able to receive transfusions only from negative donors, O negative, A negative, B negative, or their own exceedingly rare AB negative group. Yet within this extraordinary rarity lies one final remarkable ability. While their red cells are the most restricted in compatibility, their plasma, the fluid component transporting those cells, operates in complete contrast. Their plasma lacks aggressive antibodies, rendering it universally compatible. For this reason, they serve as universal plasma donors. Their plasma may be transfused into patients of any blood type, making it one of the most precious medical resources available. It embodies the ultimate paradox, the rarest individual in the population who can accept red cells from almost no one, yet possesses the singular capacity to help everyone. Your blood tells your story. It is more than a clinical classification. It is a living chronicle authored by those who came before you. It reveals where you originated, what your ancestors endured, and the unseen strengths and vulnerabilities you carry with you every day. Whether you serve as a universal donor or a universal recipient, you remain a living connection in an ancient and unbroken chain of survival. So which of the 8 blood types is yours? Share it in the comments and let me know the one detail in this video that truly surprised you. If exploring the hidden patterns embedded in our biology fascinates you, that's exactly what we explore each week. Make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you never miss a deeper investigation. And before you leave, watch our video, What Your Blood Type Reveals About You. It's on your screen right now, and it will take this story even deeper. Thanks for being here.